Hi guys, welcome to my space. This is Rogat. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, like, share, and engage so that others can also benefit from what we are doing here. Today, I want to show us how to thread this machine. It's called a taping machine, or you can call it cover stitch machine, right? So it uses 5 threads, as you can see, and I'm going to show us step by step on how to pass thread on this machine in the right way and what the machine can do as well. So stay tuned as I walk you through the process. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start with the thread stand, threading it from the thread stand. So we have 5 threads here. These are going to the needle area. So like this, you take it up straight to this place here, and you take this one through this hole. Okay, so this is the first step. You make sure you follow it step by step so you don't get missed out at any point. So we are done with step 1. We'll go to the next step. This first thread will come through to this thread hanger, right? They're all going to help this thread to be moving freely while you are working, so you don't have issues with thread breakage, or when thread is cutting, you won't experience that while you are working with the machine. So make sure you follow step by step as you pass the thread through this thread hanger, right? So you can see this. Let's now go to the next step. This first thread, remember, is coming to this place. You bring it to this place, you take it down. The second will follow same. There are holes on top of this iron. The third, you do the same. The fourth, you do the same. And the fifth, you do the same. So we change our thread so that it will help us to know which thread is sewing what at the end of our production or our testing. Remember, all of these things are thread guides, just to guide you on to guide your thread to flow very well while you are working. So let's go. So I'll start with the top, the ones going to the needles. So let's run this down first, then I'll go to the thread going under, right? So first of all, you will get your picker. So you need a picker like this. So for this tension knob, it carries this and this as a thread guide. So you bring it through to this place like so. You bring your thread here. Then you take it through the tension disc. This is the tension disc. There are 2 clapping each other, right? So you take it through the tension disc and make sure they pass through it. How do you know when they do not pass, or when they pass outside? It will be moving freely, like you won't feel the tension when you are drawing the thread. So make sure that you pass it through it. And if you do not pass it through the tension disc, what that will cause is rough. Your stitches will be rough. It will not be smooth, especially the under, right? So make sure you do the right thing. So at this point, we'll go to the next. Now, this is where you pay attention. For these last 2, this one will follow this and this before getting to this place. This will do the same before getting down here. All of this is so that it will help your thread to be flowing freely. So whichever way you choose to pass it through this place, just make sure they go freely. Okay. That. So this is how it's going to be. Then we'll now take it under. So we're going to, at this point, we'll make use of these 2 tension control. So these 2, make sure that you watch exactly how I'm going to pass this thread. Okay, first of all, note that this one's going under should not be very tight. Okay, so losing it shouldn't be so tight. Okay, so we'll take this first, which is more technical. So you bring it to this place, take it in here, then through this place. You see that? Let's take the camera closer so you can see what is here. Good. So you bring it to this place, through to this place, then you press this down. This will help it. This will help this place come out for you to pass your thread easily. When you are done, you push it inside like so. So you want to bring it out, you press it down. It will come out, you push it. So that's the function. So we'll now go to the next step, which is this. After this point, you will take your thread. Remember, this is not a new thing, it's tension disc. So you take the thread through the tension disc, make sure it enters inside. All right, then there are two holes inside this place, here and here. You may not be able to see from here, but just know, if you look closely at your machine, you will see them here and here, right? So we're going to pass our thread through those holes. This is where some persons might get it challenging. Okay, so it will enter through there and come to the other side. Pass it right through this, and with your picker, everything is easier and faster, right? So this is a little bit tight. I will loosen it. Okay, so right from at this point, you now take it to the looper. What is the looper? Or where is the looper? This is the looper. This is the looper. So now let's take it closer again. So this is the looper here, and you are going to pass it through the looper. Great. So we'll take it through the looper. The looper has a hole behind it here. That's where you pass the thread, and it will come out from here. See that? This is it. So you pick it out from there. Then you take it through the looper eye. It has a space here. I'm sure you can see something like that here. Okay. So you take it through that place. Okay. Then you pick it from the other side. That's where you collect your thread. Okay. You see that? So you bring it out like that. So that is why this space here has been created. A slide. Once you are done, you cover it. You are passing the thread, you bring it out like you slide it out like this to give you space. So when you are done, you can just leave your thread inside this place like that. There won't be any problem. Okay. So let's now go to the other. Good. So the next is this, right? So we're going to bring it. We're going to bring it through this place like this. Okay. Then we'll pass it through here like that, right? Then we take it to this place. Good. So we take it through to this place like this. Okay. So this is not tight. Let's adjust it. Okay. So it's well adjusted now. So at this point, you make sure you take it under the small tension control as well. Then you bring it through this place like this. Okay. I'm trying to adjust this. It's too tight while I'm drawing it. But remember what I said. It doesn't need to be very tight. Okay. So now at this point, you take it through this eye like this. Now let's take the camera closer so you can see what's happening here. Good. So at this point, we'll pass the thread into this place. Okay. Take it inside like this. Okay. and that is it, right? So that's how it's going to be. So while you are sewing, it will be cover stitching. This will be covering the top of your work, like that, right? So we're going to check it at the end of it. So let's go to the remaining ones. So we'll start with this first. The one at the top is the first. At this point, you pass it through this place. There are holes here, there are others here. So here is where you fill it with oil. Normally it's silicone oil, but because most times it doesn't come with silicone oil, the machine doesn't come with silicone oil, you can use normal industrial sewing machine oil to top it here. Okay, this helps in lubricating the thread. You know, it's a high speed sewing machine, so once you are using it, while you are using it, it requires that cooling, touch of cooling. And yeah, that's it. So we'll pass it like that. Remember what I did here, you open it, pass it there, and through that. So I'm passing it through the first threads holes that is there. That's where I'm leading it. I'm passing it. So we'll take the second as well. So step by step. So make sure you watch this video to the very end, because there are some other things I will need to mention. There are very little tips that if you don't know, you might end up damaging your machine. And you know it's very costly. For those of you that bought it, you will know the cost of the machine. So, and parts are usually the major problem. So you make sure you follow the preventive maintenance tips so you don't get your machine damaged at the end of the day. So I will now close this, take it as I did here. You pass it through this first hole again. Pass this one through and do the same to this. Perfect. Now you turn your hand wheel, you will see that this is moving. So we're going to pass our thread through this place before taking it up to this place. Okay, you see there are three. Okay, so we'll go to the up side of it. Here too there are three, so you take it like that, follow the same pattern. So at this point you bring this in here, then your first line or thread for the first needle will be here first. This will come in and this will follow, right? So you bring it down like this, you bring it down. So what's going to happen is this first color thread is going to through this eye here, this space here. Second will enter here, the third will enter here, and they are going to the three needles. One of the needles is not here, so we're going to make use of two needles, this and this, but the machine uses three needles, right? So the other needle will be at the center here. And take note that these three needles are not always equal when you fix them. This one is longer, the middle one follows, and this is shorter, right? So that's how we're going to do it. So in this situation now, we're going to make use of only this needle and this needle. So pass it inside this place. So make sure your thread is not intertwining with each other, like this, and finally this. Okay, so because we are using, oh, good, see that? So they are aligned together. So because we are using only two needles, we'll now bring this thread up here and wrap it somewhere. Wrap it somewhere to stay there, or you can equally remove it. Okay, so let's pass these two to the final stage, which is through the needle eye, like this. And like this. Okay, so the two are now here. And remember, after everything, make sure that this place is locked. Don't leave it open like this. Lock it in. Then you can cover it and you are good to test your machine.